Hi, my name is Dawn Boyer, and I am a artist eye reviewer where I take coloring books, art products, and review them for you, the viewer, so you can decide whether or not you would like to see or buy them because of the value that I tell you about them in my reviews. I also have a Facebook page, Artist Eye Reviews, and a sister page for how-to videos at Coloring Talk, both on Facebook. The book that I'm going to be reviewing today is the coloring book Speaking with Spirits by Nadiya Vasilkova. And the reason that I picked this book was that I had seen some of her artwork being colored and placed on Facebook coloring groups, and I was really struck by the original artwork itself, and I just had to order the books because the black and white artwork was just incredible. This is a soft cover book, and the pages are the medium to thin weight. So if you do go and purchase the book and you want to use wet medium in coloring the book, I would highly advise you to put blotter pages in between so that any wet medium won't bleed through to the other side. In this particular book, she has thanked her buyers with a beautiful little decorative element in the front. And in this book, she has actually created a page where you can write your name in so that you can be identified as the colorer of this book. And she's got a beautifully drawn little fox using the Pointillism style. In her other book, she has more of the Pointillism style pictures, and Pointillism is where you take an ink pen and just start dotting. And the more dots you place in a particular area, the darker or more shaded area it indicates, and the fewer dots, it just indicates less shading or the highlighting part of the picture. So this is a beautifully framed picture here when you open up the book. The next page of this book has samples of all the pictures that you're going to be able to find in this book, which a lot of people, when they go on Amazon, like to see so they can get some idea of what the coloring pictures and pages are inside the book before they buy it. In this particular page, she has filled up the entire page with images, included Pointillism style fox, beautiful mandala framed borders in the background, Art Nouveau decorative elements and designs in the back. Here's a little hair running along. And she has a beautiful style of drawing for faces. Some people are not very good at drawing faces, but she has a beautiful style of doing this. And you can see that she uses Pointillism as shading for the eyes and the ears that are behind the girl's hair. And then there's a deer in the background with the Pointillism for shading. So she used solid lines and the Pointillism as a mixture in this picture. This page is for the beginner colorists who are into feathers and gems and drops where they can practice. And here's another girl. She's a modern kitty cat. There's a fox here and a fox there. Maybe these are fox ears. And she's used decorative gems to decorate the girl's hair and a lot of the beautiful Art Nouveau style designs. Oh, here's another fox back here. This one for the beginner colorist, just very simple decorative elements in a nice circle, and you can go in and put shading in the background yourself, and beginner colorists won't have to be worried about or scared about coloring this particular picture. This one's a little bit more intermediate to advanced. I love how she styled the girl's eyes to look almost animal-like. And then there's the ram horns in the back, little snail, flowers, decorative elements throughout. So she's used the Pointillism and the solid lines in this drawing. Another beginner level picture in a circle. It almost is indicative of perhaps a fish that sort of morphs off into the design itself. or a wave. Here's the sun. This is a very simple picture that beginner colorists can go into. And there's your matching moon. Beautiful decorative elements here on the edges, and the stars. Here's a lady who's loving her tree. I would say medium complication. There's a lot of detailed designs. I can see various blends and hues of browns and deep greens and maybe a little gold to indicate the tree bark. There's a sun and a moon, and then the water elements down here with the roots. There's another girl sitting under a tree playing with her bunny. Medium type of drawing. There's the sea, there's the earth, there's the air, there's the tree. Now, these are beautiful daylilies, very simple. A beginner colorist can easily make these any color that they prefer. I think most daylilies are shades of orange, but I've seen them in yellows and even some crimson colors. Look how delighted she is. She's got a little bit of mischief in her eyes, and I love that in this particular drawing. Almost Mona Lisa-like with the pose. Some beautiful daylilies decorating in the back, and then the mandala design in the background. And she's using pointillism as well as the solid lines as elements in this drawing. And this is looked like some type of, I can't remember what kind of flower this is, but there's 3 of them there. And then they're just surrounded with this graceful, almost wave action in the background. There's a beautiful woman with the same type of flowers in her hair. Gorgeous locks coming down. Little bird in a cage, a butterfly, some kitty cats, and then some more decorative elements in the bottom. More flowers, very simple, pointillism shading and solid lines, little butterfly. There's another woman. I love the style of the highlighting here. It's quite obvious. There's some light shining in off the page. And then that gives it a little bit more three-dimensionality in the midst of the two-dimensionality design work in the back. If I were going to be coloring this, I would actually blend 2 or 3 colors in some of the elements to make them stand out as three-dimensional to match the 3D images on her eyes and face. More simple flower designs. Looks like a little some wheat in the background and some little tiny flowers in the side. Another beautifully drawn woman. Again, the highlighting in her eyes are just phenomenal. The mandala border behind her, and then the decorative elements with the flowers and the symbolic waves and the starfish at the bottom. It's a beautiful lily with the bird flying over it. And she's got a little bit more of a foreign influence going on here. Here's a Japanese woman, geisha, I would assume, with the beautiful costumes that they wear. A little Japanese bridge over the creek, little pagoda or Japanese building in the background. And I'm going to imagine these are cherry blossoms blooming over her head. This is a lotus design with the beautiful decorative elements in there. And she has used the pointillism, the highlighting, and the solid lines as a combination of methodology. Now we go to India and a little Mowgli on the water buffalo in the pond with the lily flowers or lotus flowers and the lily pads, and some flowers and leaves and overhead shading them. Stylistic bird over a half mandala. There's another woman holding an owl surrounded by animals. Look at the cute little hedgehog. And the mushrooms and a little squirrel, owl. Not sure if that's a bear or a wolf in the background. A little bunny rabbit, a little bird. Beautifully drawn eyes. She has those down very well. In a very stylistic mandala, blending into the elephant with elements of the mandala there also. This would be a great picture for a beginner or intermediate drawing person. And I think we've gone to Africa. Can you hear the African drums in the background? This is a giraffe, beautifully drawn headpiece on this woman with the lion and the elephants and the zebras, the flamingos in the background, and then the gorgeous design elements. She's used, again, the Pointillism methodology down here, and she's got the beautiful full lips of the African-American woman. More half mandalas blending into each other down into a butterfly design. Now here she's actually used a male figure, and I want to say this is like from the Pacific Islands, and he may be a Maori tribes person with the Maori designs that have been tattooed all across his body. Here's the shark in the background, a stingray or manta ray, an octopus, a tortoise, which are all emblematic of the creatures in the Pacific Ocean that this Maori tribesman would be encountering almost on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Here's a beautifully done feather with some stylistic designs in it, and then a round mandala type frame with the gem qualities and elements that have been pointillism drawn to create the highlights. Here's another male image with some beautifully drawn hair and decorative elements. And then the horse, I think little girls would love to color the horse, and he looks very handsome and romantic, so maybe he's a figure in some woman's dreams. Here's a dream catcher with the stylistic pointillism for the lines inside, and then the feathers and the beads hanging from the frame. This face is almost asexual. It could be a male or a female, so I'm not quite sure which one, but there is the Native American Indian headdress, the raven or the crow, which is sometimes a totem for the tribes. Here's a teepee and an Indian down here smoking a peace pipe, and then the wolf, which is very common in the western area of the United States. Here's a collection of dream catchers that would be a great picture for a beginner colorist to color. And here is a picture where the human has been morphed into the wolf on either side of the face. So, and the hair that has been drawn here is beautifully done. And then the circular mandala-like frame around the face. Another simple picture of a mandala and the stylized feather. And I want to say this guy is like a Nordic Viking, or up there from the Nordic area. There's some wolves and then some Celtic knotwork here, which the Vikings actually took up and started drawing on their own. So these are elements from that particular area of the world. And I want to say this is a Mongol from the Mongol state, northwest China. Here's an eagle or a falcon, some beautiful stylistic design work, a Mongolian yurt hut in the background, and then the type of hat with the fur around the face that these type of peoples wear. And then we've gone to Alaska, maybe the Aleutian Islands, with a little mama and a little girl, and the seal that they may see on a regular basis. And there's mama polar bear and baby polar bear, and here's some northern lights flashing in the back on top of the icebergs. And then the last page of the book is just simple line drawings with some very intricately detailed drawings. And she basically has written in, I love the color. So what she's inviting you to do is to go in with the rainbow of all the colors that you have in your coloring box and just start drawing them all into these various elements and have a lot of fun. So this is the book, coloring book, Speaking with Spirits by Nadiya Vasilkova. And I highly recommend it. It's a very well done book, beautifully drawn. And again, I am Dawn Boyer, and I do Artist Eye reviews, art and coloring books and products. Join, like, and follow me on Facebook, and check out my sister page at Coloring Talk, where there's a lot of how-to videos that are provided to the viewers. Thanks for watching.